So we're still waiting for 2 people to get in. So perhaps I think we're not going to wait for long. They will join us along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a presentation to do on the UK Care Program meant for nurses and caregivers. And just before we begin the presentation, allow me to introduce our team that is present with us here. And where possible, I would request everyone to let their video on for the purposes of the introduction. Now, this is Center for Africa Volunteers. My name is Josephat Moses Uchem, and together with me, we have Mr. Michael Omukuba. Mr. Michael Omukuba is in charge, the volunteers coordinator, and he will be taking us through a presentation about CARV so that we may be able to understand what really CARV is and what we are mandated to do and what we stand for. And also joining her just next to her, if you might see her next to him, that is, if you might see her, is Madam Nina, who is our assistant administrator and who is directly in charge of the UK Care Program. So allow me to give the opportunity for them to introduce themselves by mentioning their own names. Mr. Mike.
Thank you, Mr. Josephat. My name is Mike Omkuba. I am the volunteer coordinator here at Center for Africa Volunteers. And we are very glad that you made time for today's meeting. And we are looking forward for interaction, good interaction, that is. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we have...
Hello, my name is Nina. I've interacted with some of you in person and some of you via phone calls and emails. I'm looking forward to having more productive interactions with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And also joining us on this orientation, our lovely people who are joining the UK Care Program. Allow me also to introduce them to us as they are going to, to introduce themselves. So let me start with Maureen Tekla. Just introduce yourself, Maureen. Maureen, if you're there, can you introduce yourself?
Hello?
Yes, Maureen.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, very loud and clear.
Okay, my name's Maureen Tekla. I'm a theater technician as well as an emergency medical technician. Currently, I'm working with the OCOA ambulance.
Thank you so much. We have
Okay.
Benazir Hadija. Benazir, if you may come on your
Pardon?
video. Thank you so much, Maureen. We have Adija. Adija, would you introduce yourself?
Hello everyone,
Hi.
my name is Benazir Hadija and I'm a community health worker currently, and I'm so glad that I came about the CAV, and I want to be part of it, of the program. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have Winnie Wahome.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Winnie Wahome. Technically, I am a medical laboratory technologist, but currently working as a marketer for drugs and hospital equipment. I am so glad to be here. I'm interested with the CARE program, and knowing more about the program will be my pride. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Without much ado, we're not going to take a lot of time here. Perhaps we'll take a maximum of 1 hour in this presentation. And the objective of this is to enable you understand what is entailed in the UK CARE program, what is expected of you, and what you should expect from us, and what we expect from you to make this process to sail through. The project is run by Center for Africa Volunteers in cooperation and coordination with our UK-based partners. Now, straight off, allow me to welcome Mr. Omukuba to take us through the UK, about CAV. We're going to get about CAV. We're going to get about the UK CARE program in its entirety, from the beginning to the end of it. And also, we are going to have an opportunity to get the administrative aspects of this. So, welcome, Mr. Mike.
Thank you once again, Mr. Yosefat, for that brief introduction. And I'm going to take you through just the profile of Center for Africa Volunteers, the reason as to why we exist, and what we wish to achieve today and in the coming days. So please, ladies and gentlemen, just allow me to share my screen.
Yes, and if you may, you may position your camera well. We are only seeing your head.
All right, I think that's not so bad. So can all of you see my screen? All right. So Center for Africa Volunteers is an international volunteer society that was formed in 2014 and was officially registered and incorporated by the Register of Societies in Kenya in the year 2015. So what is the background of CAV? So what is exactly the inspiration behind the founding of Center for Africa Volunteers? Since we are dealing with Africa, we understand that Africa is full of different problems. One of them is unemployment, corruption, inequality, and political ignorance. And I don't want to say that it is in the DNA of Africa, but we are programmed to hate each other, and we really doubt our abilities to be very productive. And that is why in every situation, every difficulty that we encounter, we are always looking to the West for aid, be it financial, all sort of aid. We don't believe in ourselves. We don't have that drive in ourselves. So it is for this reason that the Center for Africa Volunteers was founded, to educate, to sensitize, and to motivate people in the African continent to take personal initiatives in their own matters, because it is them that understand the problems that they're experiencing. People from the West don't understand the problems as we Africans understand it ourselves. And I would say that when you're sitting on a thorn, you are the one that is feeling the thorn, and so you're better placed to knowing where it hurts most. So the problems are created by us. So we are better placed to find solutions to these problems. But Africans are somehow very reluctant to get the solutions. And that was the reason why in 2014, our Honorable Chief Executive Officer and some board members decided to form Center for Africa Volunteers to instill that personal responsibility in the African people. So the main purpose of CAV is to educate and sensitize people to take personal responsibility to bring about the desired change in the community. And we have a number of pillars in our objectives. Number one pillar is peace and Africa unity. We seek to ensure that there is peace and there is unity in the African continent. We also seek to ensure that just peace and Africa unity is not enough. We also need to have sustainable development, because if we are not, there is no development, then there can never be peace, because all of these are intertwined. So we seek to ensure that our African people are sustainable in terms of development. And how do you achieve this? We have different programs. We have international exchange program that seeks to provide opportunities to people of African descent to right now, say in Europe and other parts of the globe as well. We have partnerships with Germany, we have partnership with the United Kingdom, and I believe this is the pillar. Under this pillar is why we are gathered here today. So I'll just go straight to our logo. Our logo is made up of 5 hands of different colors holding each other. And I would just like to ask, what is it that comes into your mind when you see people holding hands? When you see people shaking hands? I believe all of us here are Kenyans. Here in Kenya, when the chief of the opposition shook hands with the chief of the executive, we saw that peace was restored in the country. Initially, there were strikes all over. Every Monday, we were gathering around IBC to protest, and there was political instability in our country. But from the handshake, right now we can see that we can confidently say that we are stable. So the art of shaking hands means that we are bringing unity and we are bringing peace. By shaking hands, it means that we are working together. And in our logo, as you can see, we have different hands of 5 different colors that are representing all the 5 races that exist in the world. That means inclusion. In our promise, we venture so much in inclusion. We want to include everyone, different people from different regions, from different religions, from different beliefs. We want to incorporate everyone in our organization, and that is why that explains our logo. So our vision is we envisage a peaceful, developed, and united Africa in which the citizens are the core of democracy, governance, and development. And our mission is to ensure that our actions and those of other influencers are harmonized to contribute to peace, sustainable development, and unity of the African continent embedded in a people's-driven democracy. Our goal, therefore, is to work with dedicated volunteers to build peace and Africa unity through education, training, and advocacy. So our core values, number one, our main core value is volunteerism. We realize that if we want to drive change, then it has to come from inside our hearts. And something that comes from beneath our heart, then we don't have to expect, so much of self-gain from it. So if we decide to volunteer, then it means it is from our heart and we can do it passionately. So that is our number one core value, volunteerism. And number two is courage, that we believe that all the challenges that we face, they are very tough. And it needs also a tough mindset to enable to face these challenges, hold them by their horns, So courage is also one of our values. There is also compassion, integrity, and partnership. As it has been shown in this program, we partner with different organizations. So we believe in partnership in able to ensure that Africa, gets to the next level. There is also professionalism embedded in our values. Our strategic approach, they are organized in 5 thematic areas. Number one is membership and volunteers recruit. Number two is local and community philanthropy. We believe that communities, if the communities invest in programs, then we are going to solve the communal problems that we incur day in, day out. Number three is local and international collaboration and partnership. We seek to partner with different organizations across the globe. Of course, those organizations that share a goal and an objective that is similar to ours. So whenever we realize that and they're ready to work with us, we quickly partner to ensure that we take our continent to the next level. Number four is innovation and knowledge dissemination. We believe in research. In every aspect, if you want to counter it correctly, then we have to do background research. So we research from different aspects. Like right now, we are in the process of researching on agriculture, on the best farming mechanization practices, the contemporary farming methods that we can employ in our agriculture to ensure that we produce good products that are of high quality and that attract huge returns. Then number five is empowering community organizations and young innovators. This is seen through our civic engagements. We get into the ground to interact with especially our youth and the women, so that we empower them to take part actively in the process of governance and to instill the personal responsibility into them. So there is one theory that drives us, that is the theory of change. And then under this theory, we believe that if individuals are educated, sensitized, and motivated to take personal responsibility in peace and development, then communities will realize the desired change in all aspects of life, including good governance and sound democratic practices. We don't just believe. The theories we believe, but we don't just believe. Now we are in the action of sensitizing and educating so that we ensure that they take personal responsibility. They have to realize that in order for the continent to move forward, it is our personal initiative that is going to help us in achieving this. So we try to instill that to our youth and women because that is the future generation. So we also have different volunteer principles. And number one is respect for fundamental rights and freedom as provided by the Constitution. Number two is volunteerism for no financial reward. Number three is volunteer activities based on individuals' own free will. There is volunteerism as service to humanity, anatomy from public authorities, volunteerism based on passion, and volunteerism with the respect to culture and religion. There is also apart from the theory of change, we also have a philosophy that guides us today in our daily endeavors here at Center for Africa Volunteers. It is called the Ubuntu philosophy. This is an African philosophy where we let me just go to the next slide. It is from John Mbiti, who says, "I am because we are, and since we are, therefore I am." This was, as we noticed in our traditional African setting, the communities worked together in terms of celebrations. They celebrated together during marriages, during festivals. They came together to celebrate. Likewise, during times of difficulties, during times of calamities, they also came together to stand with each other. So of late in our modern society, this is trying to, we're trying to forget this. And every now, from here and there, you'll hear everyone for himself. But that is not the way to move forward, because we believe that if we come together, then we are united. And when we're united, we are going to achieve great milestones. So this, we still mindful of the philosophy, and we want to ensure that we work together. No man is an island. We have to work together in order to ensure that we achieve great milestones. I only was allocated 10 minutes. I would like to really talk about Center for Africa Volunteers, because there is really so much to talk about, but because of the time constraints, I would like to stop there. And thank you so much, Mr. Yosefat.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mike, for that great introduction about Center for Africa Volunteers. I believe that at least we now have a brief background of Center for Africa Volunteers. We believe that in any place where you are, any place where you're working, unless you give yourself to service, then there is no room for you to advance. Those who get promoted at work are those people who give themselves to extra service, going beyond the call of duty. And that is what we are advocating for. Straight to the UK Care briefing or orientation, what you expect in the UK Care program that you are going to participate in. Number one, in the UK Care program, we are targeting majorly nurses, caregivers, and those in the medical field. All the healthcare practitioners have the opportunity to participate in this program. I've just said that we are targeting healthcare workers, nurses, doctors, and generally healthcare practitioners. Let me begin by talking about healthcare workers. As an healthcare worker, you do not have to have prior skills or professional background in a given field. As Center for Africa Volunteers, together with our partners, will be offering the training for healthcare, anybody who would wish to work in the sphere of healthcare in the United Kingdom. So everybody or anybody who has the passion to work with people have the opportunity to join this program. CAV's approaches, our approach to this program, number one, is to provide caregivers training, and this we are doing with a UK-based institution called the Health and Safety Group. The Health and Safety Group is an institution, the largest institution in the United Kingdom that provide care programs and trainings for anybody that wishes to work in the healthcare sector of the United Kingdom. What do we cover in this? Number one, you will have to take a care certificate which encompasses 15 standards. These courses, they are very easy, and it will take you very few days to finish. Coupled with the 15 standards are the CSTF mandatory statutory training that you will also have to undertake. The CSTF or these mandatory statutory trainings are rules that have been written down, and anybody, be it you are schooled in the United Kingdom, USA, Africa, from whichever part of the world that you've garnered your training from or in, you have to take this course. CSTF means Core Skills Training framework. You will also have to take CSTF practical module, which are provided either physically in England or virtually from your home. That is why now CAV comes in. We are going to provide you with a platform guidance through which you are going to take these courses. We already have people who are taking them, and the progress is great. Everybody is passing. You know, the preparation that you've had from the time you were born, from the time you got into nursery school to the time you joined college, is enough preparation that would ensure that you pass these mandatory trainings. Moving forward, our role as CAV is to prepare you to be eligible or to be employable in the healthcare sector of the United Kingdom. And as you are aware, that the Kenyan president, the president of Kenya, and the prime minister of the United Kingdom came to an agreement, and an MOU has been signed that provides an avenue for healthcare workers from Kenya and from the United Kingdom to have that exchange program. It therefore means that Kenyans are eligible to work in the healthcare sector of the United Kingdom based on the bilateral agreement that the government of Kenya has with the government of UK. And therefore, the only thing that is remaining is for you to be adequately prepared to this opportunity that we have. In this preparation, for visa purposes, you have to take the IELTS, that is IELTS course. Not only IELTS, but also there is an option of taking a course called OET, Occupational English Test for Healthcare Professionals. This occupational English test was majorly for people who want to work in Australia and in New Zealand. It was later, from last year, it has been accepted. Also, the OET, Occupational English Test, has also been accepted in England. However, IELTS is the most preferred. And IELTS is administered and was developed by the British Council, that is IDP, Education, and Cambridge Assessment English. The skills that must be tested, and I believe I'm also going to cover this in the coming sections, are listening, reading, writing, and speaking English language. English is a foreign language to all of us, and therefore that you're going to work with Englishmen, you must provide a proof that you can listen when an Englishman speaks to you. You are able to read and you're able to write. You have to give a proof of the same. Having mentioned that, if you go to the British Council's website, it is advised that those with degrees from recognized universities must not take the IELTS course for you to work or apply for work visa. However, the employers that we are getting for you insist, most of them, that you have to have the IELTS certificate as a proof that you can listen, as a proof that you can write, and as a proof that you can adequately speak English. In preparation to this, CAV is also offering the training through our partners on the IELTS course, that is preparing you to pass this exam. The cost of this, if you do not have the certificate yet, you can book for yourself at the website of the British Council, and you schedule yourself for a test. And also you have an option of booking us, booking you for this test, because our job is to adequately prepare you for work in England or in the Great Britain. The purpose of you joining this is to migrate and go work in England. And so what do? We shall link you after undergoing all the requirements and the courses. We shall link you with employers and employment agencies. Number two, we shall recommend caregivers job that you will apply for. And the employers that we are going to be working with are those, and agencies are those that are approved by the Office of Home, by the Home Office in the UK, and must be on the ITSR list of eligible employers. Critically moving, for you to be able to apply for the job visa, these are the things that you must ensure, and we must ensure that you will have. You must meet the following requirements to be eligible for a skilled work visa. That is, your job must be eligible for the visa. So the jobs that we are promising here, number one are the caregivers job, which is eligible for nurses and all those who want to work in the healthcare spheres in the UK. You will be working for the UK employer that's been approved by the Home Office. I've mentioned that. That you will be paid at least a minimum salary for the type of work you will be doing. That is to say that when working in the health spheres, there is no discrimination of work. You will be treated just as any native would be treated in the UK. The minimum salary for the type of work you will be doing is in whichever area must match the following options. Number one, the salary scale must be at least 25,000 sterling pounds per year, or, and this, the second option will majorly apply for the caregivers, a minimum of 10 sterling pounds, 10.10 or 10.10 per hour. The going rates for the type of work you'll be doing, again, will differ from employer to another. When the time will come where now we'll be helping you and linking you to different employers, you will have to confirm, and this will also help you through our immigration lawyers or lawyer and consultant, is the ONS occupational code tool. You'll use the ONS occupational coding tool to enable you get the code of the job that you are applying for. And this is, again, where we come in as Center for Africa Volunteers and through our UK-based partners to ensure that you are properly employed and that you will properly engage with the employers that you're going to have, be it agencies or otherwise. While working at the UK, or for you to get the visa for work, Number one, the employer has to provide you with the job offer, that is the contract, and also sponsorship. These two are key when you will be applying for the visa. And also in that process of visa application, we shall help you in doing that. What do we mean, in essence, by sponsorship? Sponsorship means that the employer must provide the evidence that they're able to take care of you, pay you your salary for a minimum contractual period of 5 years. While in the UK, for the period of 5 years, that is the visa period is 5 years, and upon expiry, you will be able to extend it. And at that time, you will be on your own, you will not be undercover, but statutory laws are there to guide you. You'll be able to apply, to extend the visa. And also, after working for 5 years, you are eligible to apply for a permanent residence visa. That is to say, you are able to apply for citizenship in the United Kingdom, or as a privilege of as a person who is serving that government and serving the people in the United Kingdom. So, in brief, that is what I needed to bring to your attention as an orientation. And we're going to give you the opportunity to ask questions. But before then, allow me to bring our assistant administrator who will be working with you and walking with you along the process of this before I make concluding remarks and give you the opportunity to ask questions. Welcome, Nina.
Hi, everyone. I'd like to take this with the pricing. The registration, you'll be required to pay 40 USD, which translates to 4,480 Kenyan shillings. For the admin/membership fee, you'll be required to pay 520 USD, which is roughly 58,240. For the course, the caregivers course that some of you are already doing, you are to pay 250 sterling pounds, which translates to around 38,640. That's it for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I believe that those details you'll be able to get them as. Sorry, I don't know if I'm visible. The same details you can call the office and you'll get the details on how you can get involved in the process. In summary, what I will say in the presentation, we will provide all the necessary training that you need to enable you to migrate and work in the healthcare sector in the United Kingdom. Number two, we are going to provide all the immigration consultancy services for you to ensure that you don't mess up in the process of visa application and that you be on top of the game as you are preparing to move to the other side of the land. Number three, we shall also put you up in the larger network of diasporan volunteers or service providers that will put you at a platform of a larger interaction, professional interaction, as you seek to grow in your medical career. So thank you so much. And I would leave the opportunity for us to ask questions. And I can see one question here. What happens to one if you have a child? Is family included in the visa? Straight to that question, those who have families, here is the advice. Your employer will provide sponsorship for you in terms of paying the air ticket, your accommodation for the first 3 months, and in the radar of the employer, you are the only person present in that equation. Your child is not present in the equation. Your husband or your wife or your grandfather is not present in that equation. It is only you. So it's advisable that you go establish yourself first. Then you can invite whomever you'd wish to invite over. Those with children under 3 years, it might be sad that you have to leave your kid behind, but nevertheless, you have to make arrangements just to leave them behind. You go to the jungle, prepare a home for them, and you come back for them, just like we are promised in the Bible. Jesus went to prepare a home for us, then he will come back to take us. So go prepare a home for them, then you come back and take them. Another question, commonly asked question, is that if you are expectant, are you eligible to be there? Yes, if you are expectant, you are eligible to go, as long as you have an agreement with the employer while you're still here. Of course, in the European Union, there is no such discrimination as per one's status. So allow me to give you the opportunity to, just for interaction, ask any question. We'll be glad to attend to them. And thank you, Winnie. Thanks for the great presentation. It's now more clear. Thank you so much, Winnie. So the opportunity, we would love to get your reaction, those who are present in this assembly that is on StreamYard, and also perhaps we are streaming live. If you are listening to us and you have a question, you can put it on the comment section, or you can call through the numbers that is scrolling on the screen. Welcome to any question. And Mr. Omukuba, perhaps you lead this session of questions.
Right. Thank you. Just before they start, I see there is a question here. Pamka Konga is asking the age limit. This is a question on Facebook. Pam Konga is asking the age limit of the program.
All right. Of the age 18 years to 55, anybody within the age bracket that can work is eligible.
All right. Ms. Nyambu Mu is also asking when the training is starting.
Thank you. That is Nyambu. Nyambu, when can someone start the training? Well, the training starts immediately. You clear with the administration. Here, you're booked in for the training, and you just start the course. You don't have to wait for anybody. As long as you are ready to start within a period of 3 months, 8 to 12 weeks, you should be done with the training. Then now we move to the next process of job linkage, job application, interviews, and visa application, and you travel.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Yosefa. That is very clear. So for our viewers in Facebook, just keep the comments coming. Ask any question that you want to know, any clarity you need about the program. We welcome any, and we're going to answer each and every question. Now back here to our applicants. If any of you has a query, then I think this is the time. Any question from the applicants already? Okay, as they prepare, I can see Nyambu is also asking. Oh, she didn't get it right about the payments.
About the payment, we're going to wrap it up with that. We're going to welcome the Assistant Administrator, Miss Nina, to recap that. And here, Maureen Tekla is asking, are you going to send us the link to join classes today. Yes, Tekla, I think you'd already been sent this. If not, actually, let me make this clarification. Once you clear with us, once you make the necessary payments, we're going to book you in for the training with the health and safety group based in the UK. Upon receipt of your details within 1 day, a maximum within 1 to 2 days, actually. Let me use the correct English. Within 2 days, you will receive an email from Health and Safety Group with the details on how you're going to start the classes. So whenever you get an email from Health and Safety Group, kindly always contact us if you have any difficulty in signing in. We'll be able to help you with that process. Will I pay more money for the CSTF and CSTF practicals? No. We are making this program cheaper and easier for our people. The same fee that you pay, that is 250 sterling pounds, encompasses all the trainings and preparation that goes with this. You're not going to pay any extra amount.
All right. Thank you, sir. I think just one last one before we welcome the admin to go again through the payment. One is asking about the academic limitation of the program.
Oh, thank you. Number one, for caregivers, at least you must have O-level, that is Form 4 certificate, with at least a certificate in some field. Above all, you must have the passion to work with caregivers. With people who need help the most. That is, you're going to work in homes of the elderly. And as CAV, we are able to also take you through our volunteer program now. That is, take you through some practical work that you need to do to qualify to this program. So at least Form 4 is very crucial for you to participate in this program. Hadija is asking something. Since the care training will be virtual, will there be any practical training as well, considering the nature of the course? One of the courses, the CSTF practical module, will take you through practicals, and I believe that you'll adequately be guided on how to do the practicals. And also, it's important that I mention that while in England, we are also going to book you in for a 3 days training, practical training, physical training now with the Health and Safety Group, which is providing this course for us. So a bit of the practical training you'll do while here, and also while there, we'll ensure that you take a 3 days training just to make you proficient in your work.
All right. Thank you, sir. Now we'll welcome Ms. Nina to take us through the payments once again. And just to answer one question that I've seen from Rita K on YouTube, they're asking about the deadline. So as you break down the payment or the installments, so please make sure you also highlight the deadline of the application so that we don't lock anyone out of this window. Ms. Nina?
Thank you so much, Mike. So the session has already taken us through what the qualifications for the program is, the procedure for application, and now on the pricing. The registration is 40 USD, which translates to 4,480 Kenyan shillings. The admin fee is 520 USD, which translates to 58,240. The caregiver's cost is 250 sterling pounds, which translates to 38,640. And then when it comes to the deadline for application, we are closing the first cohort on the 6th of September.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that breakdown. And you're free to reach out to the office at Valley View Office Park, Parklands, Nairobi. And you can also as well reach our office on phone and also on the emails available. We have a couple of questions here. Is there a deadline for the registration? I think that is covered already. Well, feel free to reach out to us. We also have, what is the pass mark for the IELTS course? We have our administrator, kindly guide us on this. What is the pass mark?
So
So we say the pass mark is 6.5 for those who will be in the healthcare spheres. But as we said, we have competent trainers from South Korea and also one based in Nairobi, Kenya, who will be able to guide you through, take you through competently. And you'll also do a mock test that will mirror what you expect to meet at the British Council as you're taking the exam. So adequately, we are committed to ensure that no failure in the process will hold your hand all the way. We also have a question here. That is from Violet Salome. I'm a diploma graduate in social work and community development. How can I get there? I've been dreaming of working in the UK as a social worker. I've just joined this group. Now, Violet, thank you so much for this question. The program specifically that we have for nurses is, for the UK, for nurses and people in the healthcare sector. And with this qualification, you can work as a caregiver if you have that passion. And the procedure is just the same. You have to take the statutory mandatory training with us while you are here, and we'll work with you along the way. You are free again also to reach us to the office for more clarification. Do we have any more questions? What happens when one fails one standard? When you fail one standard, you have to repeat it until you pass. The pass mark of every standard is 80%. And when you redo it, you don't have to repay. You're not going to be charged in redoing it. You can do it as many times as you will be able to pass. But they are very simple. Of the people that are already taking it, none of them has failed. None of them has failed. And as I said before, the preparation that you've had all along the way, from the time you started nursery school or pre-unit, those who who had the privilege of attending pre-unit up to whichever level that you reached, you are not a candidate of failing. And that we are in this program, we are here to guide you through to success. So no failing.
Thank you, sir.
There is also a question here from Winnie Wahome. Will the employer allow me to further my studies? Yes, we encourage you that when you go out there, you must add value to yourself, and you can always advance your studies. It's a private arrangement that you make with your employer. Just like here in Kenya, you can work and study part-time. So the same rule applies anywhere. You can make your own arrangement to either get sponsorship to study, and of course in the UK you have to pay the tuition fee and everything that education there is not sponsored like in the case of Germany. So yes, you have the opportunity to advance your studies. Winnie Wahome, thank you so much. Any other question before we close?
Yes, there is one question. Mr. Pam Kanga, she's Mrs. Pam Konga is asking, okay, you have it. Can a university graduate with a diploma in cooperative management apply for the caregiver slot?
Yes, as we said, the caregivers doesn't need much qualification, and these are added advantage, to it. So yes, you can apply as long as you take the mandatory statutory courses and training. Yes, you can. And thank you so much, Pamela Konga. Pamela Konga is one of our greatest volunteers in the we are all around to interact with you whenever we have sessions. Pamela Konga, we appreciate you, and we are inviting you to visit us in the office for coffee.
All right. Just give our admin 1 minute to wrap this up. Miss Nina.
Thank you so much, Mike. I just wanted to clarify to people that you can actually register by.
Would you come on, or would you just come on video, because we want to see the person who's speaking?
So, as I was saying, some people might feel that they might be locked out from the program, since our last intake for this cohort will be on the 6th of September. So what I'd advise people to do is you can start by paying the registration fee of 40 USD, and then the admin fee and the course fee, you can start paying it in installments afterwards. That was what I wanted to add. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone, for participating in this program, and we are looking forward to working with you. We are doing this program, and I would wish to make this clear. We are not a job recruitment agency. We are an international volunteer society that is dedicated to change the lives of people by providing platforms and opportunity for number one, get a job, a decent job elsewhere in the world, and in turn help those who depend on them. In this case, we are looking forward to impacting families directly. We believe that when you get a job, for example, in the United Kingdom, a whole village will be looking at you. And I know that you will at least sponsor one child to school, you will at least sponsor one girl to school. And when you are out, I believe that you will be involved in community-driven projects. This year, we are also running a program in Germany that is for work business exchange program with also our partners in Germany. We have opportunities there also for nurses, for non-skilled workers, and for also business exchange. This year, we are looking at having at least 100 people leaving Kenya to either Germany or to the United Kingdom, and with that, we shall pride of influencing at least 100 families. We are also running a project in agribusiness, that within the next 1 year, we'll be working with 20,000 farmers. And these farmers, their products and produce will find their way into the European markets. And what that in essence means is that income for people in the villages would be increased drastically. So our work is to empower, give to a reason to live through hope or in hope for a better tomorrow. Let me just take some 2 questions here, or 3 questions. Lydia Matere is asking, hi, can an EMT license holder qualify for the caregivers course? Yes, as I said, as long as you pass through Form 4 to attain that, yes, you are eligible to apply for this. We have Mr. Isaac Kiprono. Isaac, diploma in medical laboratory, how can I get there, the job abroad? Yes, Mr. Isaac, you can join the Germany program or the UK care program. Here present, kindly contact the office for more guidance on how you can go about this. Then we have Austin Omondi. Good morning. Please, may I know if one who is outside Kenya can participate in the training? Yes, you can participate from whichever part of the world you are in. And just to confirm, currently in the Germany program, we have people from Dubai, from Qatar. We have people from outside Kenya, actually, who are participating in this. And for sure, you can participate in this. We have Pascal Ndagano. Very interesting, sir. Thank you so much, Pascal. So without much ado, kindly feel free to reach our office. We are always open from Monday to Friday, 8:30, but for visiting 9 to 3 p.m., 9 to 3 p.m., feel free to book the appointment. Our officers are here, very lovely people, will be able to attend to you. On Fridays, you are free to visit the office from 9 again to 12 p.m. You're welcome, and we'll be glad to be part of your journey to success. Until we meet again, thank you so much, and God bless you.